night on the great estate of Collinwood, and in this strange world of parallel time. Desperately, Barnabas Collins attempts to save both Quentin and Julia, but he will meet with challenges that seem to be beyond even his special powers, and the triumph over Angelique may become defeat.
Who is it?
Barnabas Collins.
Come in. You're determined to enjoy your cheap triumph to the fullest, aren't you, Mr. Collins?
Then you know about Angelique.
Police called me. Told me she's dead.
She was dead, Mr. Stokes, almost a year ago.
She was alive. Because I made her live. I'll make her live again. So you can postpone your smug little celebration.
I didn't come here to celebrate anything. I want to be here when Inspector Hamilton arrives.
Hamilton? I have nothing to say to Hamilton.
I doubt it. But he will want to ask you some questions concerning a certain murder.
What murder?
The murder you committed tonight.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I found the body myself and telephoned Inspector Hamilton.
May I ask whose body it was you found?
Why pretend, Mr. Stokes? You know as well as I do that Claude North is dead.
Think I killed Claude North? That's ridiculous.
It makes perfect sense to me.
No one had more admiration for his talents than I did.
No one wanted Roxanne more than you.
Roxanne? I have no further use for Roxanne.
You told me yourself only a few moments ago that you wanted to see Angelique back to life again.
I managed to get Roxanne back from Claude North before without killing him. Why should I kill him now?
Because this time he refused to let you have her.
Got it all figured out, haven't you?
Actually, I didn't come here to prove whether you killed Claude North or not. I'll leave that to Inspector Hamilton. I want to know where Roxanne is.
You didn't seem to have much trouble locating her before.
You know where she is, don't you?
How naive you are, Mr. Collins, to expect me to assist you in this matter.
I have ways of getting assistance. And when it comes to a certain point, I won't hesitate to use them.
I might find some of your ways most enlightening. Good evening, Inspector. Come in. I've been expecting you.
Sorry to bother you at this hour of the night.
I understand you're going to accuse me of killing Claude North.
I merely want to ask a few questions.
You'd be better employed in protecting innocent people against the insane accusations of a madman like Barnabas Collins here.
Perhaps that's why I'm here. Mr. Collins, I have your story. Now I want to speak to Mr. Stokes alone, if you don't mind.
Of course. If we can find the girl, she'll be able to give us the answers we need.
Are you aware of what Mr. Collins has told us about your role in the incidents that have been happening at Collinwood?
Maniacal ravings. Surely you don't take them seriously.
Whether I take them seriously or not is beside the point. I'm merely investigating a series of deaths.
Did he tell you about the life force, about the girl I've kept hidden in my storeroom back there?
He mentioned it.
Is this the room he described to you? where I've presumably conducted all manner of weird experiments, transferring the life force from that girl to my daughter?
I suppose this is the room.
I want to cooperate, Inspector, but I must refuse to participate in such obvious idiocies.
Mr. Stokes, you have to admit, your daughter died in a very strange manner.
She has a heart condition. We were always afraid that something like this might happen.
If that's the case, it'll show up at the autopsy.
Autopsy? What autopsy?
Of course, it's mandatory in a case like this.
I forbid it. As her father, I absolutely forbid it.
I'm afraid you're in no position to do that.
I demand that my daughter's body be returned to me immediately.
Mr. Stokes, why does something as routine as this disturb you so much?
My own daughter? An autopsy? Sure, you understand that, Inspector?
Possibly.
Can you arrange to have the body brought back here as soon as possible?
The body will be brought back at the proper time. Now, Mr. Stokes, suppose I ask a few questions.
Of course, Inspector. I'll cooperate in any way that I can.
This must be the secret panel behind that wall there. Here's another secret room in the west wing. But I've looked there. I've searched the cellars and the basement below that. If I could just find the plans for them. I'm sure there are secret passages and rooms where Julia might be. A whole tangle and labyrinth. I'm convinced she's somewhere there. But how do I find her?
I'd hear someone if they were coming, and they could hear me if I called to them. But I don't hear anything. I'm so tired, so very tired. But I must not fall asleep. I've got to stay awake. It's my only hope. I've got to stay awake. If I keep moving, I can stay awake. Then if I hear someone... What was that? Maybe it's only Angelique to torment me again. No, it's nothing. But why isn't Barnabas looking for me? Barnabas. Barnabas! Nothing. No one.
Of course he's opposed to an autopsy. It would mean that, and prove that the woman who died is Angelique. That she was murdered initially by a hatpin, just as Dr. Longworth described. Now, under no circumstances, Inspector, is the body to go back to Stokes.
After the autopsy, I'd have no right to keep it.
But if it did go back to him, he would do what he did before. He would try to bring Angelique back again.
Mr. Collins, you'll forgive me, but...
I know. It's very difficult to believe. Oh, if I could only find Roxanne. Or Julia. In this house, Inspector, is Julia Hoffman, dead or alive? If I can find Julia, alive, then she can clear Quentin by testifying that Angelique used a doll to murder Bruno. Roxanne, Julia, I've got to find both of them fast. Before the body of Angelique is returned to Stokes.
Roxanne? Roxanne? I know you're there somewhere. I must talk to you. It's very important. For your sake. You mustn't be frightened. I won't hurt you. Roxanne, I've come to warn you. The police are looking for you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Why were you hiding? You know I'm your friend.
What do the police want with me?
To question you.
But I've done nothing wrong.
I'm afraid the police may find that rather difficult to believe.
I was forced by you and Claude.
If I remember correctly, you agreed because you'd do anything for Claude.
I didn't agree freely, and you know it.
I know nothing of the kind. So you see, my dear, you'd better stay hidden here for a little while anyway. I'll come to see you and bring you anything you want.
Claude will see that I have what I want.
I'm sorry, Roxanne. Claude is dead. Stabbed. In the back, of course. And I suppose you know who did it?
You.
Barnabas Collins.
Barnabas.
He claims to be the one who found the body. A rather transparent ruse, if you ask me. He killed Claude because of his part in our experiment.
No.
It troubles you, doesn't it? And I know why.
You don't know anything.
Claude told me about that oath you took.
I didn't take it.
That if anything happened to him...
No, I won't listen to you.
You don't need to. Listen to your own voice. Listen to yourself taking that oath. Can you hear it?
No.
Look at me. Look at me. Can you hear it now? You remember now how you took that oath?
Yes. I remember.
Barnabas Collins killed Claude North. What are you going to do about it?
You'll let me know the results of the autopsy as soon as you get them, won't you, Inspector?
Of course. Well, Mr. Collins, I've been thinking about this girl, this Roxanne, and Hoffman. It would certainly help if we could find them.
Well, I'm doing everything I can. You remember the plans I showed you of the basement? Well, I'm going to get them now and then start looking down there.
Do you mind if I help? I'm getting as anxious to get this all cleared up as you are.
Well, I'd be very grateful. Thank you, Inspector. Yes, we'll see you right away.
Why did you kill him?
Roxanne,
I want to know why you killed him.
are you referring to Claude North?
Yes. Why?
Roxanne, I didn't kill him. Stokes did.
I don't believe you. You killed him, and you must die for it.
The dagger I saw in the secret room. Where did you get it?
It was Claude's and mine. It belonged to the two of us. It brought us together in a way that no two people have been brought together before. He made me take a vow on it, that I would kill anyone who harmed him. And I intend to keep that vow.
Roxanne, Claude North is dead. He no longer has a hold on you. You are free. Do you understand?
I made a promise.
He forced you to make it. You didn't do it freely. You cannot hold to it any longer.
I've got to.
It's all right. It's all right.
Am I free? Am I really free?
Yes, you are.
Oh, no. It frightens me. I needed him. I'm lost without him.
There are others that will comfort you.
I needed Claude. He's dead. He's dead.
Come, sit down here.
No, I can't stay here anymore. I've got to go.
Roxanne, I must speak to you. You've got to help me.
I can't help anyone.
Yes, you can. You can tell Inspector Hamilton exactly what you know.
The police?
Yes. You must tell them. You must prove to them.
No, I couldn't talk to them. I wouldn't dare.
You must. They won't harm you.
No, I can't stay here any longer. I must go. They keep me. I couldn't stand it.
Roxanne! But I need your help! Roxanne!
She got away from you. How could she?
I don't know. But I thought I saw her in the woods, but it was only a mist in the trees.
Would you rather look for her or start the search for Julia?
Julia. I had the plans for the basement here. Suppose you come with me.
You lead, I'll follow.
Don't go to sleep. Please. I mustn't sleep. I must not. I've got to stay awake.
This way. Julia! Julia! Come in. Don't be afraid. I'm here waiting for you.
This is the room where the time warp happens.
Yes. Here in this room, I will go back to my own time. I will see where I am, where I belong. And you will be with me.
Yes.
You're not afraid, are you?
Not when I'm with you.
Roxanne.
When we'll forget all the terrible things that have happened here, won't we?
Yes. They'll be past and forgotten.
And Claude's won't be a memory, or Stokes, or Angelique, will they?
No. Not even a memory.
Then why do you look so sad?
Well, because of Julia.
But you've done everything you could to find her.
She's probably dead.
But we won't forget her, will we?
No. Never.
Would you rather stay here, in this time band?
No. It would make no difference if I did.
Barnabas, I want so much to make you happy.
You will, Roxanne. You will.
No, Barnabas, please don't go. I'm alive. I'm here. Oh, Barnabas.
Julia! Julia!
If she was here, she'd have heard us. We've called her name in every corner in this basement.
I guess she's not here.
You might find her somewhere else.
I'm afraid I'm beginning to doubt that.
I fell asleep. That dream. No, he wouldn't leave me here. He wouldn't.
Barnabas! Barnabas! Barnabas, I'm here! Find me, Barnabas!